As a huge Genshin fan, I've spent way too much time diving into the game's lore. Whether it's the heavenly principles or what Celestia really is, no character has stuck with me quite like Raiden. Raiden isn't just cool, she's one of the most misunderstood characters in the game. So today I want to break down who she really is and what she really represents. This is a study of Raiden Shogun.
Do you think we're ready to beat the Raiden Shogun now?
How do I put this? You're no match for her at all.
I am your past, the everlasting Lord, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A.
Before we get into her character, we need some context. There are actually two distinct Electro Archons, Raiden Makoto and A. While Makoto ruled as the Shogun, A acted as her Kagemusha. To the people of Inazuma, there was only ever one god. But when Makoto died, everything had changed. Makoto's death didn't just leave a throne empty, it left a silence in A that she didn't know how to fill. Because for all her strength, A was never one to understand people. She fought for Inazuma, but Makoto believed in it. She believed in its future, in its change, in the idea that something could be fleeting and still have meaning. And when that perspective disappeared, A was left with nothing but her own. A perspective shaped by loss and not hope. A took her place as the Archon, but instead of ruling directly, she withdrew into the plane of Euthymia, locking her consciousness away. In her place, she left a puppet, the Raiden Shogun, to govern Inazuma. And no one ever knew the difference. Inazuma is the nation of eternity, and its Archon was supposed to embody that ideal. But the way A understood eternity was flawed. Through the Vision Hunt decree, she stripped people of their ambitions, removing the very thing that drives change. And at the same time, she sealed herself away, preserving her memories, her pain, and her past, trying to freeze everything exactly as it was. Because to A, eternity meant if nothing changes, then nothing is ever lost. And that's what makes her so tragic. People see Raiden as this cool, powerful, and untouchable figure. And yeah, she is, but strength isn't the same as understanding. A lost her sister, she lost her purpose, and instead of confronting that loss, she retreated from it. She chose stillness over growth and isolation over responsibility. She didn't rule Inazuma, she hid from it, and the puppet reflects that perfectly. The Raiden Shogun is rigid, emotionless, and inhuman. It doesn't question, it executes. It enforces eternity by any means necessary. But more importantly, it allows A to avoid reality. She hides behind it not physically, but emotionally, letting it make the hard decisions while she remains frozen in her own mind. That's the real conflict of her character, and it becomes clearer when you compare her to her sister. Makoto's version of eternity wasn't just about preserving the present, it was about allowing the future to exist. She believed eternity came from continuous change, from growth. A, on the other hand, tried to stop time entirely because she was afraid. Afraid of loss and afraid of change, afraid of going through the same pain again. So she forced that stillness onto everyone else. But eventually, that illusion breaks. A is forced to confront what she's been avoiding all along. And for the first time, she begins to understand what eternity really means. And Miko plays a role that's easy to overlook, but she's essential, because where A retreats inward, Miko stays grounded in the world around her. She doesn't try to destroy A's ideals, she challenges them. She pushes against them and forces A to engage with the reality she's been avoiding, because she's a reminder that the world didn't stop just because she wanted it to. Even her design reflects this internal struggle. Her appearance draws heavily from the Raiden, the Japanese god of thunder, reinforcing her identity as a force of power. The bellflower in her hair is often associated with eternal love, a quiet nod to Makoto. Her weapon, the naginata, is traditionally used by women in the Edo period. This ties her to both elegance and battle. And then there's her burst, where she draws her sword from her chest. It's dramatic, sure, and kind of sexualized, but it's also symbolic. For a character who spent so long hiding her emotions, this is one of the only moments where she quite literally draws power from within herself. What A ultimately confronts isn't just her past, it's the flaw in the idea that she built her entire existence around. That by holding on to things tightly enough, she could stop them from disappearing. But time doesn't work like that, and neither do people. By the end of her story, after confronting the puppet and facing her past, A is given one final moment with her sister. And in that moment, she changes. She doesn't forget her loss, but she stops running from it. She quietly accepts that she has a responsibility to do, and whether she hides from it or doesn't, it still exists. A believed eternity meant never losing anything again, but what she learns is that eternity isn't about stillness, it's about having the strength to keep going even after loss. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. This was a more on the shorter side, to be honest. It was just kind of something I wanted to make, and I just really liked Raiden as a character, and I felt the need to talk about her, because she's honestly really misrepresented in the community. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!